also wanted to talk about typecasting and stereotypes, and how does that affect us in the world that we live in, and how does it affect you? Do you let it affect you, or do you just keep on moving with your boots on? And so let me ask you that question. Do you allow for stereotypes to hold you back in any way, shape, or form?
No. I feel I'm just my own individual. Sometimes, here's what I will say. Sometimes you are in situations and things come up, and there for me there is a sense of like, oh, these people are staring at me, or oh, these people, because I'm conscious of my surroundings.
Like when we went to, not to cut you off, but like when we went to Lucy's on 34th and 8th, and the older couple was to your right, and they gave like crazy faces at our table. How does that make you feel? Like, did you want it to get up and leave, or were you like, forget it, I'm still gonna be here, I'm me, they're ignorant, I'm still gonna eat? Like, what was going through your mind?
Well, our brother's the one that pointed out to me, because I wasn't really aware. Like, this whole weekend, he was saying things, different places that we went, he was saying things like, hey, you see these people. Half the time I don't pay attention. So, but when he did address that, and he did bring that into my attention, I was like, oh, okay, well, those people are just them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, they're old, or, it's just they're not into this is just not as traditional for them. But at the end of the day, I wasn't affected. It didn't get to me in a sense of like, oh my gosh, like, these people are staring at me. I'm just used to it. When I was younger than I am, coming fresh out of high school, that was so hard for me. I think junior and senior year was so hard for me as an adolescent. But now I'm really comfortable in my skin. I'm starting to move towards that. I just don't give two fucks. Shout out to Rihanna. She don't give two fucks. I mean, it's just one of those things where.
But how did you get to that place? Like, do your parents know about you? Do your close friends know about you? Do you and if they do, did you just announce it to them? Like, were you younger when you announced it? Did you even announce it? Like, how did that work out for you to be able,
Well, here's what I want to say. People gonna talk whether you doing good or bad. People are always gonna have something to say. For me, in regards to my personal life, I didn't really have a foundation. I didn't have that mom and dad growing up. I went through the system. So going through the system, I had multiple people. I had multiple therapy sessions and people talking with me, and I'm shaping the Devin that I am today because I didn't have that parental guidance. And so now that I'm coming into my own skin, it's like I can care less what anyone thinks. You know what I mean? Like I'm that me. Yes, generations have changed, and when my uncle was my age, things were. He told me like things were a little bit more like. Kept not in the closet because he was a flamboyant male just like me, but a lot of the way he expressed himself, he sacrificed to blend into one environment. And for me, we are living in a white supremacist society, and we have to, we're labeled from when we're born. Men go in the men's stall, women go in the women's stall. We blend into what society predicts and expects of us when it comes to those standards. And so yes, I have to suggest myself in those settings. For example, I'm about to graduate from Columbia College, Chicago. It's a liberal arts college. But on the side, I do work at a clothing store for a different college, and it's a very much conservative environment. So yes, Devin is still Devin, but there's elements of Devin that have to be a little bit more tamed because I'm working in a certain environment, which sometimes I'm like, well, damn. But at the same time, I understand because different settings fit in. But I'm still not altering Devin. The bubbly Devin, the talking with the customers, helping them find out what clothing materials they want, that's still there. Devin just might not have on a shawl working there. Devin might just have on a t-shirt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying it never gets to me. but I'm so comfortable and confident and driven within myself. And so I'm able to live me and do me. I know prior to coming here, y'all, you know, and I was like, okay, you know, I was trying to figure out what shot I should pack, and there was a slight worry, like, ooh, you know, because me, Devin's very comfortable. And so I don't want to be walking around, and I don't want to draw too much attention, because, you know, I'm coming for his birthday, and you know what I'm saying, like, but then, you know, he was like, no, do you. And so once I got here, there was still a little timidness. I was still a little timid, like, okay, I'm about to wear this, you know, I'm comfortable in wearing it, but I just, you know, I don't want to cause too much attention to our group. But then, you know, once I had the clothes on and everything, it was compliments from left and right, and I appreciate those compliments, and I was comfortable with what I was wearing. It's just sometimes for me, I look beyond myself, and I want to make sure the people that I'm with are comfortable, you know, because I can get 2 fucks, but it's not always about Devin. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when you're working in different situations, for anyone that's, you know, like me, that expresses themselves and likes to, you know, wear, you know, shawls and crop tops and skinny jeans and short shorts and sandals, or whatever your style is, you know what I'm saying? If you're going through that with me, just know, be yourself. Don't let no one change you. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes in situations you might have to, you know, alter a few things, but still be true to who you are. Be you. Be yourself. Be inspired. Hello. Freedom. Yes, Brandy.
All right. Yeah.
Shout out to Frank Ocean McCall right now.
Yes. Plug. Very interesting. And, you know, everybody has heard my take on coming out and all of that. And I made a video a while back about suicide and all that stuff. And that video caused a lot of rifts and stuff like that. But
I actually attempted suicide twice when I was younger.
Really?
I did. I lived in a residential facility, which most people refer to a group home. That's where, you know, clients of the state or wards of the state stay. That's kind of how we're. If you're not in foster care, you're in some type of like structured environment. Where in this particular unit, if you will, I stayed on, it was me and 9 other boys, and it was 5 rooms, and it was like 2 workers, government employed workers that acted as, I guess, parental people, you know, per shift. There was 3 shifts that they would just rotate. There was 2 people working at all times, and I had to live in that environment for about almost 10 years of my life, and I was sorry. I was a very, very sheltered and emotional child. I didn't have very good interpersonal skills. I spent most of my time really kind of kept away in a corner listening to MJ, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, and Brandy, like all my childhood. Music is really what inspired me in dance to kind of break out of my shell. But there was 2 times where, you know, I wanted my family, I wanted my mom, and, you know, it just couldn't happen at that time. And I just remember it was around the time where I was a teenager. It was Evanescence's My Immortal, that song had came out. And I remember, you know, going into a room and just taking myself into a corner, and everybody on the floor, the kids on the unit, had left already. And so it was just me and a staff member, and a staff member said they'll be right back, and for me to just stay in my room. And so for me, this was the perfect time for me to exit, because I just had a lot going on. I didn't feel loved. I felt stripped and deprived. I didn't understand why my mom and my family at the time would do what they did to me. I was just young and innocent, and I just wanted my life to end. And I remember there was these like fluffy, kind of feathery curtains, and they were cream. And I just remember me climbing myself onto the windshield and trying to wrap the curtain around my neck. And before I could succeed, there was the staff that came back, and they had called for help, and there was just like red button that you could push to get, you know, more staff or people to come.
Wow.
And they came, and, you know, one thing led to another. I went to, they unhooked me from took the curtain from my neck, and I was admitted into a psychiatric facility. And keep in mind, I mean, some people might say that's crazy, or what were you thinking, or child, you got problems. But when you're 12, 13 years old, and you just trying to find your way, and when the world shuts its door on you, when you feel so deprived, you don't have that foundation. Some people are blessed to be raised into a family and have a mom and a dad and all the brothers and sisters and live that American, hey, we're a family, and that type of thing. Not so many people are as fortunate. I'm not saying I had the worst childhood, because there's a lot more people that went through more than I did, but I sure didn't have the best. And so what I've learned from that is, it's just, now I'm, going on 24 years old, and I mean, that was 12 years ago. So now it's just kind of like, wow, like I'm able to look back on that and feel like, there's still a purpose. There's still a reason why God has kept me here. And I just every day, I just, try to be myself and be comfortable and live within me and do everything. And I'm succeeded. I'm doing really well for myself. And I'm happy that 12, 13 years old, looking back now, wasn't my time to go. It's really hard. It is so hard, especially being a homosexual or gay, if you will, teenager. And you know the term gay, but you don't know how society would relate to you as a person.
And it's very interesting to hear everybody's story, because everybody has a different story. Everybody lives a different life. Everybody has different experiences. So I've learned that you can't expect things from people, but you can want certain things from people depending on the relationships that you're going to have with them. And for me, growing up, I knew that I couldn't expect everybody to love me the way that I was, but I knew that I wanted to be loved the way that I was. And so now, as a grown adult, and him, looking at him and seeing everything that he's gone through, and just now hearing this with you guys, you learn more about the person, and you get a better understanding of them and how confident and mature that they are. Because he himself, as a young man, he's very mature for his age, and it's because of all of the experiences that he's had to go through. Age is nothing but a number at the end of the day. And a lot of people were justifying our friend's behaviors with his emotions on his age, and you can't do that, because he is obviously young 20s and I am young 30s, and yet we still feel the same, and we've been through similar situations. So it's like, age is nothing but a number at the end of the day. I really feel that people should go through their life as they want to go through their life. But for me, and not to say but for me, but with me and thinking about everything that I've gone through, I'm happy the way that I lived, and I'm happy the way that I live now. There are a lot of individuals that spew a lot of hatred on this particular channel because it is pro-gay. But like he says, I can give two fucks about it, because it is who I am and it's a part of me. And I want to share this with any and everybody out there that is ignorant and does not understand, or that are going through similar situations like us and want to know that it can be better and that you can get out of it. So that's what I wanted this segment of the video to be about. Express yourself, don't repress yourself.
That's a Madonna lyric, and you just gotta, you can't live your life for anyone else. And the older, the older that I've gotten, and the growth that I'm headed towards still, because I'm not 100%, I'm not there yet. I feel like we're all going to keep growing and working as long as we're here on this earth, and then after. But you just really gotta live your life for yourself, and just be true to who you are. And for those people, people in our lives, God put people in my life for a reason. It could be seasonal. It can be a few days, a few hours, a couple days, a few weeks, a few months, a couple years, but it can be lifetime. you know, lifetime friends and people that get you, understand you. Not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna love you, but you have to love yourself and, you know, live life for your own self. So just be you, be inspired and be blessed, definitely.
And that's how we want to end this video. It's gonna be a two-parter. We're gonna do the first part about relationships, and then the second part about this, so that I can narrow the topic of discussion in the videos, and you can pick and choose what you want to, or what you're willing to listen to. So definitely check out all of the videos. Yes. Devin is gonna be, I think, in 5 or 6 videos collectively throughout this whole thing. So definitely check out all of them. Comment on all of them. I definitely want you to comment on the walk video that we did, because that was fierce, okay? And it was hot, and it's only like a 5, 6, 7 minute video, so definitely watch that, like that video, share that video. Share it. I think I have it somewhere in this box. It's going to be posted up somewhere in here, so click it, love it, and yeah, that's about it. Once again, thank you for everybody that came out and celebrated for my birthday. Thank you to everybody that shared love via Twitter, via comments on the birthday video, and via Facebook. I love you all. Aconnectiontv.com is back up and running, so definitely go to that. I will be posting a lot of blogs on that now. I think my new feature for the Hottie Alert is going to be Jacob K. I did a Hottie of the Month for him last month, and a lot of you guys want to learn more about him, so I did an interview with him, and you will find out more about this sexy guy. I'm actually gonna present this to Devin now, but I would like Devin to do blog posts that, you know, a segment on Aconnectiontv.com if he wants to, or if he ever has anything on his mind that he wants to post about. This can be like his pre-YouTube coming of age, if you will. I think that'll be cool, and it'll be a great way for you guys to stay connected with him and find out what's going on with him.
Yes, and shout out to you all. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've read a lot of comments, and you know what I'm saying. It's keeping me. I'm glad people love me for who I am. You know, and like I said before, not everyone's gonna love you for you, but thank you so much for loving me. My Twitter is Dancer4Life88. Follow me. I will follow back. And on a brighter note, I'm excited because less than 3 hours I will be in line because Brandy is co-hosting 106 in Park, and so that's the mood I'm getting in, putting it down. You know, I'm excited. So
I'm excited
so much.
Too, and I can't wait to see the whole crew, because it's going to be Carrie, Craig, the RC, Kevin from the Scorpion Show, myself, Devin, Ibrahim. There's a lot of individuals going to show love and support. I would be screaming right now, but I have a long day ahead of me, and I'm trying to conserve as much energy as possible.
Yes.
Because after this whole thing, I got to go to work, but it's going to be well worth it. And she's hosting the whole show, and I hope that she's hosting more so than the actual host.
Yes.
No shade, no tea, no shade. But no shade I'm just saying, yeah, I'm gonna be waiting in line for probably 3 to 4 hours to see Brandy and to hear Brandy and to see this video. So Terrence, although you're sexy, I can do without. And Roxy, although you are Roxy, I can do without. All right. Other than that, yay!
Yeah, I'm gonna be on a flight at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm so sad. This trip, you know, it's bittersweet because this trip is coming to an end.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna be back. I will be back. I promise you guys that you will see me back here on Aconnectiontv. I don't know when, but I will be back.
All right. And on that note, thank you. God bless you, and good night. Later.
Bye. Love you guys.